long ago, before coins and cards and glowing screens, people traded stories as much as they traded goods. Tonight, I'll take you on a quiet journey through 20 little tales about money, not the kind that clinks in your pocket, but the kind that whispers about who we are, what we value and what we dream of. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let's drift through the world of money, one soft story at a time. Once upon a time, there was no money, only trust. In ancient villages, people traded grain for wool, salt for honey, but trade was slow and trust was fragile. So people invented something new, a promise, a small token that said, "I owe you." That promise was the first spark of money. Around 600 BC, in a kingdom called Lydia, a craftsman melted gold and silver into tiny discs. Each bore a lion's face, strong and proud. Those were the world's first coins. They shimmered not only with metal but with meaning, proof of value, and a symbol of trust that you could hold in your hand. In ancient China, emperors marked little squares of leather and, later, slips of paper to promise value. It was the first paper money, nearly 1,000 years before Europe ever saw one. The people believed the emperor's word, and so the paper became as strong as gold. In medieval markets, traders weighed silver on tiny scales. Every single gram mattered. The sound of the metal touching the plate, soft, deliberate, was the heartbeat of commerce. It was money you could feel, heavy with its own worth and the trust placed in it. Centuries passed, and money became lighter. People began to deposit gold in vaults and carry only paper receipts. Promises, once again. The gold remained hidden, silent in the dark, while its spirit moved freely between people. The invisible gold had been born, and with it, the beginning of banks. Imagine a sailor standing on a foreign shore, carrying coins stamped with unfamiliar kings. Wherever he went, those coins told stories of lands unseen and rulers unknown. Money became a passport of trust, a silent translator between distant worlds. In Venice, merchants kept ledgers by candlelight. Every coin spent and earned was written down in looping ink, like poetry. From these quiet pages, the language of accounting was born, and business became not just trade, but an art form. As paper money spread, so did imagination. For the first time, value could float across oceans, across time, but it also brought danger. When trust broke, markets trembled like leaves in the wind. Yet still, humanity kept dreaming and trading. In Sweden, the first official banknotes appeared in the 1600s. People could finally carry wealth without the weight, just ink and confidence. Two ingredients that, together, could move mountains. Money had turned into a story written on paper. The 1800s were golden, quite literally. People crossed deserts and oceans, all chasing a sparkle in a river. They dug through mud and dreams, hoping to find freedom in a handful of gold dust. For many, it was not gold they found, but courage. Over time, money became not metal, not paper, but a number on a screen, or whispered between computers, invisible, weightless, yet powerful enough to change lives. The value moved faster than thought. The age of digital money had begun. There was once a man who planted a coin instead of a seed. He came back years later and found a tree made of gold leaves, each leaf growing more leaves. That was the magic of compound interest, the quiet, steady growth that comes from patience. Money, just like time, moves in cycles. It rises and falls, inflates and deflates. Economies breathe like living beings, inhaling growth, exhaling crisis. But through every season, value always finds a new form. Money shines bright, but every light casts a shadow. Some chase it endlessly, forgetting why they began. Yet others use it like sunlight to grow kindness, build bridges, and share warmth. The choice, always, is ours. The wisest people say that money only truly grows when it is shared. A coin spent on another's smile multiplies in meaning. The richest hands are often the ones that give the most freely. When you hold a bill, you hold history. The ink carries generations of trust and the faces of dreamers who believed in progress. Every note, Whisper, I've traveled far. Take care of me. There's an old tale of a baker who gave his last coin to a hungry stranger. Years later, that stranger returned, now a wealthy merchant, and repaid him 100-fold. What we give in kindness, the world often finds a way to bring back to us. Tomorrow's money may not jingle or fold. It may glow, or float, or even think. But its true value will always come from trust, the same invisible thread that began with a handful of grain so long ago. In the end, money teaches a gentle truth. It is not the measure of our worth, but a mirror of our dreams. What we value most, comfort, freedom, love, can't be printed or minted. They live inside us, always. As night falls, imagine placing one silver coin on your pillow, not to spend, but to remember. That money, like the moonlight, is only a reflection. Soft, shifting, borrowed for a time. What truly belongs to us is peace. Now, let the story rest. Let your thoughts drift away, light as paper, calm as gold asleep in the dark. Good night, and may your dreams be richer than any treasure. If you enjoyed this gentle journey, please consider subscribing for more quiet stories. Thank you for listening, and remember, peace is the most precious currency of all.